gotta be better at containing the basketball. Let's set up in some... Okay, guys. We need to pick up the intensity. Boston drill. Here we go. All right, let's wrap it up. Feel free to hang around and take some shots. And don't forget, meet in the film room at noon.
Check it out. Never knew a friend till I met a foe. Never knew pain till I met the game. Never had a real team that could win the rain. Never knew what a friend could do. Never knew I'd be bruised all black and blue. With my back to the wall. Scrap with my dogs. Rap with my dogs. Cat with my dogs. Fly with me in Atlanta. Oakland, Los Angeles. Real homies never turn to run. Even if a youngster don't wanna pull them. Even if a young wanna meet the sun. We gon' rep to the death where the roots is from. Each day's another change. My homies stay the same. Like feeling strange, cause this world's getting so deranged. Each day's another change. My homies stay the same. Like feeling strange, cause this world's getting so deranged. I'm with my homies, yeah. 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 Real homies stand and struggle. I know you came to hustle with.
The 2K Sports pregame show.
Hello, everybody. Ernie Johnson here alongside Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Welcome to the NBA on 2K Sports. Tonight we'll see the Washington Wizards playing against the Miami Heat. The wins have been coming pretty steadily for the Heat. They struggled in this matchup last season. Only one win for them through 4 games. They'd like to make a statement tonight. And with some time here to spare, let's talk leadership in the NBA. Kenny, who would you say are the best leaders on the floor in the league?
Wow. Well, obviously, the great Tim Duncan in the San Antonio Spurs with his leadership with Greg Popovich. They're the top of the list. You know, I also like Kevin Durant. You know, Kevin Durant's leadership is probably unparalleled or underrated, I would say, from his position, because he always has his team in position to win.
There's 2 types of leaders, Ernie, the vocal leader and the one that leads by example. One of my favorite vocal leaders, Chris Paul. Dirk Nowitzki's not very vocal, but he leads by example. LeBron James does both. Very vocal at times, very animated.
Joakim Noah's not bad either now for the Bulls, even though he's not the greatest of those players, but he's a good leader.
Yeah, but LeBron does both.
What kind of a leader were you, Shaq?
I was vocal. I used to get in people's rack, Ernie.
Did you?
Mess around if you want to. Tear the locker room up.
What would you do if you had a guy like Kenny on your team?
I wouldn't do anything for Kenny because Kenny would make me look good because I know for a fact if I kick it out to Kenny, he's going to knock it down.
And you know, I would be the first thing I would say, if we don't get it to Shaq, I'm slapping someone.
Let's get it to Kevin Harlan as they get ready for the opening tip.
You just scared me.
Let's meet the starting lineup for the visiting Washington Wizards. At power forward, Nene.
It's an Eastern Conference battle at the American Airlines Arena here in Miami, Florida, as the Heat look to work the home court advantage. We're all set to bring you NBA action. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony.
You know, that trade that you mentioned isn't making front page news, but sometimes the best trades are the quiet ones. But I really believe this is going to pay dividends for this team in the future.
Yeah, you don't always have to make the huge splash to make the biggest impact. A lot of times when you can just fill voids and find the right role players, that can be equally as important.
And now Washington's starting group. The great pair of Wall and Beal are at the guard spots. Nene is out there with Dwayne Wade. And it's Valanciunas in at the center position. Here's Valanciunas. What a tremendous game he played against Houston. The rebound by Johnson. Now the Heat with it. They put up a nice win against the Bucks the last time out.
And then in that game, the defense being played against them.
Agreed, guys. It was really quite shocking and disappointing how many free runs to the hoop they got.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've had a number of empty ones, a long time without a basket.
They got to find something, you're right. And Valanciunas kicks to Beal. Valanciunas sets a screen for Beal. Back to Valanciunas. 6 on the shot clock. And another miss by Washington.
Most of the time, that shot will go down. or the defenders have to make sure they tag him.
And you can sense the momentum really starting to swing their way.
Yeah, they're taking charge here. I mean, there's no question about it, Greg. And the lead, I think, is just going to continue to grow and grow from here.
Here's Wade following the score by Miami, and that is good.
It took them a while, but finally they take the lid off.
You know, sometimes all it takes is one to get a team going. We'll see if that's the case here.
And Freak throws it down.
And folks, he does more than just put 2 points onto their lead. He does it with a little bit of flair.
He sure does. You're right. It's a dazzling move to the bucket for him.
I'll tell you what, he may not be the biggest man in the league, guys, but he more than makes up for that lack of size with amazing aerial skills.
Washington with the ball. The Heat getting the bucket. Stolen by Len. Now here's Winslow. He's guarded closely. Freak dishes to Len. Oh, and a fast break for the Wizards. Wall with it. Out defended by Freak. Johnson against Beal. Back to Valanciunas. Shoots it. Misses off the left iron.
That's one he knows he should have drained.
Freak passes to Johnson, so he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up, and 2 shots coming up.
And you know what? You allow a guy to get right to the rim like that, that's your only option.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, free throws are always better than a layup, so I'd agree with you there, Greg.
The Heat shooting their first shots from the free throw line tonight.
And they've had really good numbers all season from the free throw line.
Yeah, guys, they can feel very good about themselves when you bring up those statistics. Impressive numbers.
So Johnson hits 2 of them. We're about 3 minutes into this first quarter. Wizards trail by 9. And Beal kicks to Wall. Nene, the screen. There's the dish to Valanciunas. Stolen by Winslow. Double digits. Len's got his second bucket tonight.
And how about the grasp they had on the game?
Unless something dramatically changes and fast.
Okay, Miami, now coming
All right, let's go over to the sideline.
Thanks, guys. I got a chance to hear what Eric Spoelstra was saying to his team. He said their plan was run their offense through Freak. Coach is looking for something special from him. He's usually not their main option at the offensive end, but it looks like he's going to be today. Guys, we'll just have to watch how it plays out here in the first half. Kevin, back to you.
All right, Doris, thanks. And a chance to catch up on some numbers here. The scoring breakdown for the Heat.
You know, guys, we've really seen them do a lot of damage in the paint so far.
And also another aspect of their game that's been super so far tonight is how they've been sharing the basket.
That's good. Stoudemire's got his first points of the game.
So far, so good for them at the offensive end here in the early going.
Yeah, the great field goal percentage to start, exactly what they were hoping for.
Here's Mack. He had 15 points last outing. Here's Beal. Ring shot on the way. He squares up and sinks it. Beal's got his first bucket of the night.
And really smart to draw his man out to the perimeter. He's giving up too much size to be effective inside.
Showed nice basketball IQ. I agree, Greg. I mean, if he finds his spot on the perimeter and doesn't force it, I think his outside shot will be hard to block no matter who's defending.
And that one's good.
Assistant.
Wade's got 5.
I mean, even he was surprised to be that open.
Freak dishes to Bosch. It's stolen by Valanciunas. Here's Mack. The shot is off. And Miami the other way now. This their first look at this year's Washington squad.
And even though they were the better team overall, they actually lost the season series against this club a year ago.
Yeah, and for them, that was a bit embarrassing. So expect them to come back with a point to prove tonight.
Here's Beal following the basket by Chris Bosh. He got right to the cup using that screen. Beal's got his second bucket of the game to go.
The screenplay worked ideally there, and I'm not talking about the screenplay you see in a movie theater. Gave him more than enough room to get that shot off.
Okay, Miami, now coming onto the court are your Heat dancers. Let them hear ya.
Evan Harris is checked in for Freak. Oubre is checked in for 1. For Miami, Lenz checked in for Stoudemire. Winslow comes in for Chris Bosh. And Freak subbed in for Devin Harris. And a new group getting ready for the Wizards. Nene, he's checked in for Jonas Valanciunas. Hill comes in for Oubre. Bradley Beal's checked in for Dwayne Wade. And John Wall subbed in for Mac. And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. So on the floor for Washington, the talented Wall and Beal team up in the backcourt. Nene is out there with Powell. And it's Hill in at the small forward. Tyler Johnson, he's checked in for the Heat. And that one's good. 8 points for Freak. Wizards trail by 13. The bucket right there.
And at the offensive end, he's done about as much as they could have hoped for today.
Freak's gotten it done so far from the field tonight, making 4 of his 6 attempts. Nene, the pass to Hill. No one near Wall as he lets it go. Good, the assist goes to Hill.
Most any NBA player can make you pay when you leave them that wide open. That's why you have to stay alert on defense.
Freak kicks to left. Rattles through traffic and lays it in. Lenz got 6.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
And when you make 5 in a row in close like that, it also takes pressure off your perimeter guys, too.
Shot is good, and the Heat's lead is cut down now to just 12 points with the basket from Nene. The Heat have gone 3 of 4 from the floor here in the second quarter. Now here's Freak. Dang gets a wide-open look. Off target from three-point range.
The clear look at the hoop, he doesn't miss many of those.
Wall dishes to Powell. Here's Beal, got a piece of it. And so it looks like Washington will retain possession here.
And a moment here to check out the numbers for Wall. He's putting up about 12 points a game, 6 assists, and 3 rebounds. Just solid all-around performances we've been seeing from him, delivering night in and night out.
And you know, that's what stars do. It isn't always about scoring 50 points. It's about making plays consistently.
Let's check out what Doris Burke has for us.
Well, Kev, Freak in the last matchup against the Bucks just played phenomenal. He dropped in 32 points and seemed to be seeing the action in slow motion, piling up a huge amount of assists. Absolutely amazing numbers from him in what was truly a memorable performance for him and for us, Kevin.
Appreciate it, Doris. Thanks. Well, we've seen a lot of great players have a lot of great games, but that was something special.
And I love that no matter what approach they tried against him, nothing worked. I mean, he was ready for everything.
It makes you wonder what kind of defense they'll throw at him tonight. I mean, however they choose to play him, it's still going to take a special effort to keep him under control.
Well, let's have a look at some league leaders from the last 10 games. Here are the highest scoring point guards in the NBA during that time. Freak, number 1.
Being at the top of that list, I mean, he's obviously been able to take